Kickboxer Retaliation is the latest in the rebooted Kickboxer series, starring Alan Musai as Kurt Sloan and Jean-Claude Van Damme as Durand, his instructor master. The film carries on from Kickboxer Vengeance, where now Kurt Sloan is living in America. He's an MMA fighter, and he's married to the love interest from the previous film, who is Sarah McCool. I can't think of her last name. Have a look. Lane. She starts off the film with him in some weird dream sequence where they're on a train carriage doing a tango. It reminded me a bit of a Bond film, actually, like the start of a Bond film, with a title sequence that has images of the previous Kickboxer films, meaning the first Kickboxer film, including Jean-Claude Van Damme in it, which is strange considering he doesn't play the Kurt Sloan character. And it's got some nice music. Looks like lots of effort has gone into it, and you watch it and you go, oh, actually this was like might be a bit different from the previous one, so yeah, you know, I'm on board. That soon ends. What happens is you end up with what is more like a tap out film. If you ever watched sort of maybe 6-7 years ago, there's a spate of films made or sponsored by Tap Out clothing company, and what would happen is you'd have a crappy martial arts premise with lots of people fighting in MMA matches, where you would just have guest stars in the form of MMA fighters who are on the back end of their career turning up, just either holding pads, serving a drink at a blooming McDonald's, just doing anything so you can sort of play, you know, MMA star bingo and just cross off who you can spot in it. This is full of that, and it doesn't help forward the plot. It doesn't make me want to see the film anymore, and it just takes you out of the film and makes you think, oh, he's desperate for money. The plot of the film is that Christopher Lambert, who now looks like a guy who's looked into the Ark of the Covenant, or drunk from the wrong chalice at the end of The Last Crusade, turning up, being a fight promoter, offering Kurt Sloan a fight in Thailand against his latest champion. Kurt turns him down, he gets drugged, taken to Thailand and locked in a prison and forced to fight because they've also got his wife held hostage. The opponent that he's got to fight is Hafthor Bjornsson, or the Mountain off the Game of Thrones. He's meant to be a genetically engineered super fighter who's also a genius, and you see him in this lab playing sort of Spanish guitar. They say he's like a star graduate of Cambridge, and he's also the world's best fighter. I mean, fair play, he's a big man, he's impressive to look at, but he is not a fighter. He can't move barely, and he's covered in awful tattoos, and you think, well, I'm not saying tattoos are anything to do with your intelligence level, I'm not, but they could have just sort of put makeup on them or something, because you don't see that many first star Cambridge graduates who are, so say, lab born and perfected persons also going down the tattoo parlour. It just doesn't seem to fit with the character at all. Either way, he's got to fight him. Along the way you get lots of quite good fight scenes. I have to say the fight scenes are good, but then you also get this sort of homage to Enter the Dragon, which just is very poorly done, and you've got a whole rescue sequence for the wife that, to be honest, should have been cut down to about 2 minutes, which could have taken maybe 20 minutes out of the film. The fight at the end is dull against the Mountain, because it involves him swinging around on some curtain ropes trying to kick him in the head, when there could have been more creative ways to get around it. Oh, also, suddenly Jean-Claude Van Damme's character is blind, and in the space of what would seem to be a year of being blind, he's now mastered blind fighting and blind fighting techniques, just because it's needed to make a new plot element. It just don't make any sense, and it's stupid. Watch it if it comes. The last one was released on Netflix, so it didn't cost anything to watch. if this one is released on Netflix, fine, watch it. You know, there's some interesting fights in it, and the start's a bit different, but otherwise it's not one to rush out there and, you know, try and track down to watch.